So, you live in Madison, Mississippi, and you're looking for some help getting your dog to be the best companion they can be? Well, you're in the right place. This is going to be your complete guide to finding a great local trainer who can help you and your dog really thrive together, right here in our community. We all have that picture in our head of the perfect dog, right? Imagine taking a nice, calm walk at Strawberry Patch Park without any pulling. Or maybe it's just having your dog greet your neighbors politely over in reunion. The right training is what makes all of that possible. Living in Madison gives us a pretty unique mix of environments, and that really affects what our dogs need to learn. One minute you're in a quiet neighborhood, and the next you're near a busy spot like Highway 51. A trainer who gets that, who understands our local scene, can teach your dog to stay cool and focused no matter what's going on around them. Okay, let's talk about the absolute core of good training. You're going to hear the term positive reinforcement a lot, and for good reason. It's all about rewarding the behavior you want to see. Think treats, praise, a favorite toy, whatever your dog loves. This is how you build a really strong, trusting bond. And it's not just about your dog either. When you use these kinds of humane, reward-based methods, it's safer for everybody. It helps you build good habits that actually stick, and let's be honest, it really helps keep things peaceful and friendly in the neighborhood. All right, so you're on board with positive training. Awesome. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. What are your options here in Madison, and what should you be budgeting for? We're going to break down the different program types and what they typically cost. Generally, you're looking at two main choices: group classes or private sessions. Group classes, they're fantastic for helping your dog learn to focus when other dogs and people are around. But if you have specific issues at home, like jumping on guests or leash pulling in your own neighborhood, then private sessions are probably the way to go. So let's talk money. What's the investment look like around here? This chart gives you a pretty good idea of the average 2025 prices in Madison. You can see that a group class for a few weeks is a really affordable way to get started with the basics. Then you have things like board and train programs, which are a much bigger investment, usually for dogs that need more intensive, focused work. Just to give you a solid starting number, a single private lesson is typically going to run you somewhere between $100 and $180. It's a great option if you want to zero in on one specific problem or just get an expert's game plan to get you started. Okay, you know the philosophy, you know the formats, you know the costs. So how do you actually pick the right person? It really comes down to knowing what to look for and how to check out a trainer's real-world expertise. Here's something you really need to know. Mississippi doesn't have a state licensing system for dog trainers. That means these certifications are your best friend. When you see letters like CPDTKA or KPA-CTP, it tells you that trainer has put in the work, studied hard, and passed some tough exams. It shows a serious commitment to their craft. So you've found a few certified trainers you like the look of. Now it's time to talk to them. And trust me, going into that conversation with a few key questions ready will make all the difference. The very first thing you need to ask is about their methods and equipment. You're listening for an answer that sounds a lot like that positive reinforcement stuff we talked about. You want to hear words like rewards and encouragement, not things that involve intimidation or pain. And this question is huge. A good trainer doesn't just use a cookie-cutter approach. Ask them how they'll tailor the training specifically for your dog and your life here in Madison. They should be able to connect the dots between the training and your real-world challenges. And finally, make sure you ask them how you'll both know it's working. A real pro will have a clear way to track progress. They should be able to tell you what success looks like and how they'll adjust the training plan as your dog learns and grows. All right, once you've hired that awesome trainer, it's time to put all that learning into practice. Let's go over some of the local rules and some great spots right here in Madison that will help you and your dog on your journey. Being a great dog owner in Madison is pretty simple. Just think of these as our community's guide to good manners. Keep your dog on a standard 6-foot leash in public. It's just safer for everyone. Make sure their rabies vaccination is up to date because that's state law. And of course, be a good neighbor by working on things like excessive barking. And when you're ready to practice, we've got some amazing places to go. Liberty Park Dog Park is fantastic. It's fenced in, so it's a super safe place to work on recall. The walking trails at Strawberry Patch Park are perfect for practicing leash skills with real-world distractions. And for a change of scenery, the Natchez Trace Parkway is a beautiful spot to teach your dog to focus on you around all sorts of new sights and smells. At the end of the day, this is all about building a better, happier life with your dog. Having a well-trained dog makes everything more fun, whether you're just walking through your neighborhood in Reunion or heading out for a hike on the Natchez Trace. It's just more enjoyable for you, for your dog, and for everyone you meet. I wish you the best of luck on your training adventure.